With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, it is the opener of the 2024 NFL season, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Now a play fake here on first down. And that one to the right side and incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But it's going to be second down. Operating from the gun. Johnston. Thomas has got it. Complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
Here comes the Saints punter now. They'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us a ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I don't call it return punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, third and 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Jackson from the shotgun. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Johnston. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get that one to Chris Olave. And it's 2nd down. Throwing again. Johnston. Flush to his right.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Credit that sack to Travis Jones. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Olave with his first grab, and he also has a first down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Another completion there. You know, we think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken #1. You're fine with that. If you don't play well, it can be an albatross.
Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
On 4th down, Johnston. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Calvin Ridley there to make the grab.
And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Now Jackson on 2nd down.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 55 yards. And the Ravens are back within a score. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy's simply sensational.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll elect not to run with it. A fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
27 yards there, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. On second down, Kamara. Oh, good move. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On 1st and 10, Johnston. Complete. It's Johnson. He's got room to roam. And finally wrestled down at the 11. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Kamara try the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara. He has career touchdown number 78, tying it with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jackson going to keep it running right. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Jackson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 46-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now this throw caught left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down. Off play action. Johnston escaping the press, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Odafe Oweh showing off the pass rush skills.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the 1st half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Off the play fake. Johnston. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the 1st half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is brought in at the 21. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Ravens 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. First down, here's Mitchell.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Now Jackson going to shift him around. Now they'll change things around before the snap. On second down, a run with Dobbins.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
To throw is Jackson.
Finds his man. It's Kohler.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
From the 35, here's second and 3.
Jackson options out left. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher third down looming. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Jackson.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
And the Saints will take over possession here up at the 44.
They're on the 44-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. Kamara up the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
43 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Off play action, Johnston. And that is caught. It's Ridley.
And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well inside the 25. Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, Johnston.
Complete to Olave on the out route.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans.
A 9-yard touchdown there.
And the Saints are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Jackson going to change things up a bit.
Jackson now, looking to throw on second down.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Play action. It's Jackson.
That's complete to the fullback, Ricard.
9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson. Well, this is caught by Williams. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. Second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
Now 3rd down and 7.
Back to throw. Johnston.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Olave holds it in.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
Chris Olave. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw. Johnston. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
The 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 42 yards.
And the Saints are able to extend their lead.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Makes the score Saints 42, Ravens 13.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Got St. Brown running the quick slant here.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Saints 39-yard line.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Now it's Jackson. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
20, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Jackson. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
60 by 6, 60 by 6. Let's go.
Throwing to start the drive. Johnston.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A nice throw there. We've seen a lot of those from this young man. How would you assess, Charles, his first start thus far?
I think it's been everything that they could have asked for because he's handled all the basic things quite well. And even some of the wrinkles that have been thrown at him, he showed a lot of poise throughout and made some nice plays.
58 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Quick throw to Olave. He's into space past the 25.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
Chris Olave.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Saints are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
That's good for Baltimore. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Jackson will throw again. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing is Jackson. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the 15-yard line.
Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Now, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now Jackson on 1st down. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for a Baltimore Ravens.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's got a 1st down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Again, Jackson. And my goodness, another interception.
Jackson's pass intercepted by the Saints. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Johnston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for New Orleans, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.